Picture this, New York City. The air is thick with the smell of hot dogs and justice. The latest leaks for Spider-Man Brand New Day are pointing to the street-level smackdown of our dreams. We're talking Spider-Man, the Punisher, and a Savage Hulk, all throwing down in Midtown Manhattan. But what if the biggest threat isn't the giant green rage monster, but the guy pulling the strings from the shadows? Stick around because we're about to untangle this glorious web of rumors. Be warned, what follows should be taken with a glacier-sized grain of salt. What's up, my know-it-alls? So forget the cosmos, forget the multiverse for a second, because the MCU might be about to get down and dirty in the streets of NYC. A tidal wave of rumors first reported by the sleuths over at comicbookmovies.com suggests that Brand New Day is kicking off with a pretty massive three-way dance between Spidey, Frank Castle, and the Hulk. But wait. There's more. The insiders over on Reddit and Tech Radar claim this is all just an opening act for a citywide gang war orchestrated by none other than Mr. Negative, who unleashes the Hulk as the ultimate distraction. And get this, we already know Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Jacob Batalon are back, but as has been confirmed, Jon Bernthal is officially locked and loaded as the Punisher. This all tracks with what Kevin Feige himself has been saying. The MCU is dialing it back from multiversal madness to tell more of a grounded street-level story, and I think that's probably best. And ultimately, folks, it doesn't get more grounded than Frank Castle. If you're not ready to know any more, turn back now because what is ahead will be considered spoilers. So, you've been warned. The film opens on a post-No Way Home New York. Peter Parker is a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man again. No aliens, no wizards, just street crime. He's a ghost trying to stay off everyone's radar, but a violent new turf war brings Frank Castle out of the woodwork at the exact same time. Reports of Hulk-sized property damage start popping up all over Manhattan. Is that a coincidence?
I think not!
Bam! A Savage Hulk is on a full-blown rampage. We're talking classic Hulk smash style. Not the chill-dabbing Professor Hulk from Endgame. This is a citywide threat. So naturally, Spidey swings in to save people, but he runs head first into Frank Castle's The Punisher. Their first meeting is, let's say, a little explosive. One guy webs him up, the other puts him in the ground for good.
What do you do? What do you do? You act like it's a playground. You beat up the bullies with your fists.
After a classic hero versus anti-hero throwdown, Spidey manages to convince Frank that the giant green rage monster is the bigger problem, that ultimately they need to form a shaky alliance in order to contain the Hulk and protect civilians. As they dig deeper, they realize the chaos isn't Banner's fault. It's kind of all set up. The man behind the curtain, the man who pulls all the strings, is none other than Spidey villain himself, Mr. Negative. The final act is the real fight. Spidey and Punisher versus Mr. Negative and his whole criminal empire, which sources tease could be a murderer's row of classic Spidey rogues like Boomerang, Tombstone, and maybe even Tarantula. So here's your comic book deep dive. Spidey and the Punisher. The original frenemies, they first met way back in Amazing Spider-Man number 129, where the Jackal tricked Frank into trying to body our favorite wall crawler. Since then, they've been reluctant allies and at times bitter rivals. It's the ultimate ideological clash. Spidey's no one dies code versus Punisher's, well, his name's the Punisher. Now, Spidey and Hulk is more of a David and Goliath situation. They've tussled, sure, like an Ultimate Marvel team-up, but Spidey is smart enough to know you don't pick a direct fight with a gamma cannon. He usually focuses on de-escalation and saving people from the fallout. A three-way cinematic collision between these characters is a brand new arena. It's brand new territory, if you will. This isn't an adaptation. It's a canon weld, creating an MCU-specific origin story for this trio. So what's this all mean? Tonally, this feels like Marvel hitting the reset button after the sheer scale of Phase 4 and 5. A gritty, street-level crime thriller is really the perfect palate cleanser. Punisher brings the hard-boiled realism, Spidey brings the heart, and Hulk, Well, that's that chaotic energy, that force of nature wild card. And bringing back a Savage Hulk, it's not just for spectacle. It's a direct callback to the character's horror roots and ultimately signals a deeper internal conflict for Bruce Banner, which is way more interesting than him just taking selfies.
Breathe. Did you get that?
Mr. Negative is the perfect puppet master for this. In the Brand New Day comics, he was a brilliant strategist who used his powers to corrupt and control his cerebral threat, not just another CGI monster for Spidey to punch. If you are ready for a dark, gritty, street-level Marvel, drop me a skull emoji in the comments. And if you're not ready, smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a deep dive. My prediction, if Marvel plays their cards right, this movie could be their Logan or The Batman. Basically a character-driven, genre-defining film that proves street-level stories can have the highest stakes. The biggest test will be in the choreography, though. Can they deliver a film that has both Spidey's acrobatic web-slinging and Punisher's brutal tactical gunplay while keeping it PG-13? I think it's going to be a tightrope to walk. And with Mr. Negative running the show, this sets up a story driven by psychology and strategy, not just brute force. Plus, you just know they're going to use this to seed the future. Don't be shocked if we get a post-credit scene teasing Daredevil or even that Venom symbiote goo left behind in No Way Home. So there you go. Now you know. If knowing half the battle, you are halfway to being a know-it-all yourself. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for Brand New Day, what it could possibly mean? Are you aware of any of the comic stories, or is there anything you'd like to see from the comics that you haven't heard teased yet? Let me know. I'd absolutely love to talk about it more with you. Until next time, never forget, everyone loves a know-it-all. Bye, guys.